Religion truly means back. Legio comes from the ligament, to bind back our souls to God. Again, this is what is meant by religion. One is the social side of religions. They have got their own customs, their own rituals, rites, and their own modes of prayer, their own good actions. They lay down that we should read scriptures of our own. Well, what are scriptures? They are fine record of the findings and the experiences of the masters who came in the past that they had with God and in knowing themselves. What things stood in the way, what were the helping factors. So this is a fine record of all that. You might say past masters speaking through books. That create in us an interest to have the same experiences that they had in their lives. And unless we have got the same experience, we cannot be fully satisfied. That creates an awakening in us, a desire or a craving in us to know God. And there is scope and they can create an interest but cannot take us to have the experiences that they had. So, saying prayers and performing certain rites and rituals, they are good actions, they develop in us love and devotion for God. And they are then scope items. They are good actions. They are for the preparation of the ground. And Kabir says, where it is a pity that man body we have got, the highest in all creation, the golden opportunity that we have got, he says, O soul, awake. If you do not awake now, the man body, when will you awake? Old Vedas say the same thing. Awake, arise, and stop not until the goal is reached. The very words there will be. Rishis used the same word thousands of years back, and Kabir only 500 years back. The same words were expressed by Guru Arjan. He says, awake, stand up, you are on the way back to God, why are you delaying? The same. So what is this awakening? We are asleep. We are at the level of the man body and the outgoing faculties by identifying ourselves with them. So much so that we are awake outside and asleep within. And that controlling power which is keeping us in the body, we don't know it. He is also with us. Guru Arjan says two brothers are living in the same house, but alas, the brothers don't talk to the other brother. Then who are they? Our soul and our soul or God. He is the controlling power keeping us in the body. Another sense says, soul and our soul, God are asleep in the same bed. But the soul is just identified with the outgoing faculties and enjoyment so much so that she is awake outside but asleep within. And God is waiting for her when she opens her eyes. God is anxious to have us But we are quite ignorant of it. Child is playing outside in dust with the children. Like anything, and mother is waiting for the child to come back and have the food. It is something like that, you see. So that is why Master said, be like little children, for kingdom of God is for the children, you see. Children have love for all, you see. If child of a king and a child of a street-going by man, if they're those let alone, they will embrace each other, they will love each other and enjoy. You see? There is no duality, no higher, no question, no distinction. And we people, we are rich, we are more learned, we are higher, the others are lower. So this is what is meant by becoming a child, you see. So I mean to say that the ultimate goal before us is to know God. For that purpose we have joined various schools of colleges, of religions. We have to see whether we have attained that object or not. In all religions, masters have come. And by parallel study of religions, you will find that all said the same thing. Of course, in their own language, which was prevalent at the time. So, to say that one religion has only the reserved right to know God, the history does not prove it. When they say the same thing, that we have respect for all men, and what are these masters? They are speaking, God speaking through them. I and my Father are one. Those who have known the truth, that God power working through a man's body, well, he knows the truth, he can let others know the truth. Son knows the Father, and others whom the Son reveals. So we require, as I told you, Tulsi said, if you want to be happy, then sit at the feet of some master. And what is he? To all intents and purposes, he is a man like you, having the same 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 feet, born the same way. Inner construction of the body is the same. But there's a vast difference between him and the average man, that our souls are under the control of mind. Mind is under the control of outgoing faculties, and the outgoing faculties are drawn by enjoyments outside. We are not at our will and pleasure. We are not free. We are dragged like anything. Excuse me, Guru refers to an instance. Suppose there is a house. There's a house lady there. And she has got some servants, maid servants, 4 or 5. And no maid servant obeys her orders. You see? What would be the state of the household? The same dilapidated state. Nobody caring for the house lady, what she says. The first thing is those servants given that they must obey our orders. We should not drag down by them, but they should be under our control. We are the interrupted by house lady, see? But there are 5 servants given to us, these outgoing faculties. There are 5 conscious outgoing faculties working through the gross outgoing faculties. Sight through the eyes are the gross outgoing. Audition through the ears, smell through the nose, taste through the tongue, and touch through the skin. These 5 servants are dragging us out every moment of time. Sometimes you feel we don't like to do something, but we are drawn like anything to these outgoing factors. So we must control these summons first. You must see, but at the same time, if your eyes are open, or if your remain open, eyes you should not see. Have control over your sight. You got open ears, you must have control over your ears. Even while sitting in multitudes, you should not hear. You know what is that way? Attention is the outward expression of our soul. You see? So if from attention these outgoing faculties work, you must have got in your experience from day-to-day life, sometimes you are sitting in some very absorbed state of attention, you see, fully diverted in some thought. Somebody calls you, you do not hear. Your ear is open. Sometimes your eyes are open. You see, Newton was sitting by a roadside solving certain mathematical problems. He was absorbed in that so much so that a band went by him playing. Somebody later on came up and inquired when Newton is that band passed by. No, I don't know. In daily life you find something at home. When you're very much absorbed, somebody calls you, you don't hear, although your ears are open. Similarly, somebody comes and sits by you, comes and goes away. You are so much in a reverie that you do not know who came and who went away. What is that? That is our attention. Expression of our soul, which is rhythmic, controlled, that other outgoing faculty, even the output can work. The first thing is to have control over our outgoing faculty. That you control with one thing. If you can control your attention on some certain subject, self-disciplined way, in that case what will happen? Your outgoing faculty, the sun won't drag you away. Now you are passing by, I see the beautiful scenery, something you're dragged like anything. You do not, you have got the habit of going somewhere for seeing some scenery, some cinemas or anything. You don't want to go, but your legs go that way. Habit becomes nature. So this is the natural way. So we must have control over these senses. Then we will only be able to withdraw from outside within, to find God. God, where is God? We seek Him in the scriptures. In scriptures, is given the experiences of the past masters who found God. Where they say, tap inside, is the very soul of your souls. You are residing in the body, and that very controlling power is also residing within you. So wherever a thing is, if you would like to find it, you will have to go there where it is. So the nearest approach of God is within us, direct, controlling us in the body. When we can invert to see Him, we must withdraw from outside, and to withdraw from outside, we must be able to concentrate our attention to some certain way, to have it under control. This is one thing. From the burning sun, if you come enter a vestibule of a building, you feel rest. But that is not sufficient. You feel rest of force. but you have to rise above senses. There you find God. First you have to withdraw from outside. For that the best way, and the easiest, and the natural way, and the God-made way is the controlling of your attention. Withdraw from outside. But you cannot withdraw from outside. It's a difficult thing. I'll give you an example. A child is shut in a dark room. What will he do? He will break the doors, cry. If the child finds something very interesting, very attractive, very fascinating within, he will keep quiet. So, when our mind, why does not stay inside? It runs away outside, because in the outside things he sees some pleasure. And our outside pleasures can be divided into two things. One, good scenery, beauty. The other, very enchanting or fascinating sounds, singing, voice. Outward, these are the main two things that attract our attention always outside, and we have been having this from day to day. That day-to-day practice has formed habit in us, and the habit has been, just found into nature, in our nature. This habit we have to unravel. We can only unravel it if we find more fascinating, more enchanting, more, tasty within you. And God has provided that thing also within you. And what is that? God is Word, which is the controlling power of your souls within the body. And that Word has two aspects. God is action power, God is light, and God is sweet symphony of life. So when you withdraw from outside and see the light of God, which is already within you, and hear the voice of God, which is very enchanting, when you have that, taste of bliss inside, naturally you leave all outside. It is something like that. Take 2 glasses of water. In one glass you put an ounce or half an ounce of sugar. In the other glass you may put in 4 ounces or 5 ounces of sugar. If you taste the first glass, that will look sweet to you. You won't like to leave it. But if you once have it draught from the other glass, then even you taste it, you won't relish it. You follow me? It is not the mind to blame, I would say. We have given him such like things. Beyond that, he mind doesn't know any other have sweetness. So when you meet a master, he is competent to help you to withdraw from outside. He is competent to raise your soul above the senses. He can drag you up out of this iron curtain of bad body, open the inner eye, and you see the light of God. It is the most enchanting, most beautiful. And also he opens the inner ears to hear that voice of God, the symphony of the spheres, the music of the spheres. They are most enchanting and beautiful. All glory and beauty lies within you. Astral plane is more beautiful than the physical plane. Causal plane is still more beautiful than the astral one. And when you transcend all these, they are the most beautiful and enchanting. Tulsi, the great saint of the East, tells us Then when he reached the third plane, the Brahmand, he said, a very beautiful plane it is. And he said, when I transcended the Brahmand at the third plane, I thought, oh well, Brahmand at the third plane was a washing room, filthy room. These are the tastes inside. When Master speaks of the most enchanting things inside, we don't believe it. So I said, well, look here, you don't believe what we say outside things. How would you believe if I speak of the house? So this is something lying within you, the light of God and the word of God, the voice of God. You got reference in the scriptures. If you shut the doors of the temple of the body, you will see the light of heaven. If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Others also say when your outgoing faculties are inverted, the light is there. You have not to create it, visualize it, or premeditate it. It is a matter of pure inversion, tapping inside, and Emerson puts it to peep inside. And then rise above senses, you find the same. You find in the outer holy places of worship that we have got with us, when they are made after the model of man, dome-shaped. Hindu temples are all dome-shaped like head. Then you find the symbol of light and sound. Bell is ringing, there's a light there. Go to the churches, they are cross-shaped or nose-shaped. There you find the candle burning, light of candle, and bell ringing. When they say prayers, in the Hindus they light a candle and ring the bell. So these are some things, you see, models placed before us to let us know that such like light and such like sound principle is reverberating within you. You will find it when you tap inside, inward. Go within. The whom we have to find is already within you, the very controlling power of your soul in the body. O ignorant man, why are you seeking abyss? Why not seek him there where he is? The nearest approach to you. And when your inner eye opens, you see him everywhere. So to meet a master, he gives you this experience how to tap inside, how to withdraw from outside, enter within the laboratory of the man body, and give you an illustrative experience. And you testify that it is so. When you find, when you are given that sitting, before that we are blind. Who is the blind man? Master defined it. Those who have eyes on the forehead, they are not considered blind. Blind are they who have no eyes on the outside body, but the inner eyes closed. Masters, when they come, will find in the history of all masters that you to give eyes. But these are the eyes they used to give. Before going to them, you were blind, not seeing that light of God. Your eyes were sealed. He breaks the seals and you begin to see light. When you return, you are with your eyed man, you see. Now you close your eyes, you see darkness within. Then after that, whenever you sit, you find light within. Is it what distance or not? When you go to him, you are deaf. When you raise the seal up your ears, you begin to hear the sweet symphonies of the spheres. How blessed it is to have a living master. who is competent to give you this experience to start with. Mind that masters don't give you false promises of seeing after death. Who knows you'll see it or not, have it or not. They want something from credit, cash, not credit. They say, well, while alive you are a learned man, even after leaving the body you will be learned. If you are while alive quite ignorant, unlearned man, by leaving the body you can not become a learned man. You are here in this room, if you go out of the room, you are the same as you are inside. So, to have the experience in life, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. The master will give you cash, you see, something to have experience in life. They say, don't believe in the saying of the master. Don't believe in the scriptures too. You may take it up as an experimental measure, but you cannot be convinced until you have the same experience yourself. This is what the master do. As I told you, to all intents and purposes, he is a man like you. As a doctor, also a man, but he has dwelt that way by anatomy, knowing how the system of body works. Similarly, the man who has risen above body consciousness, sees the light of God and hears the voice of God. He appears to be a man like you, but he has some competency. When he wants, he rises above body consciousness, traverses into the beyond. If anybody comes to him, the God in him, he is the God in man and man in God. The God in him helps others to also to have the same experience. So, solve the mystery of life. You are required to sit at the feet of somebody who has solved the mystery of life. To know God, naturally you require the company of somebody who knows God. To speak of God is something else. To know God is something. To speak of riches is something else, and to be rich is something else. To speak of the laws of health is something else, and to be healthy is something else. So whenever the masters have come from time to time, they have been giving these very things, very practical things. Son knows the Father, and others whom the Son reveals. So this is the teacher of a man into a man, you see. When the child is born, mother is his teacher. Our brother, his brothers are teachers. When he goes to the school to learn certain subjects, teachers are there. They are also men. When you have to develop in any way, any subject you want to take up, you naturally want somebody who is expert in that line. In all outward, these knowledges are dependent on the outgoing faculties, and those who want to know God, who is beyond all senses, who is unfathomable, undefinable, whom you cannot bring in the scope of your intellect, but don't you need anybody who can help you there? Decide in your heart of hearts, we do need somebody who has that experience, has the competence to raise you up for a while, open your inner eye, you begin to see the light. You bear testimony to it, then and there, maybe little or more, according to each man's past experience. Man is in the make. So that is why Christ told to his disciples, blessed are you, because you see things that the old prophets and righteous men could not see with all their efforts. You hear things what the old prophets and the righteous man could not. Yeah. And he told them, you know what? What you are told in secret, you go and speak on the housetops. And you have found the truth, you have found the mystery of life to attract the attention of those who are seeking after God. You see? Well, that's all I would say. We are fortunate to have the man body. We have joined various schools of thought for that very purpose. Now we have to know whether we have reached these things, what I have given you in a digest form, or as a whole, what the Masters said and gave to whosoever who came to you for that purpose. If you got it, you are fortunate. If not, please, you have taken the first steps, you need not change your religions. You remain where you are. These teachings are there already existing. Truth is one. All masters who gave the same truth. Now you need somebody who can be a step further. You are reading scriptures, good, but even to understand the right import of the scriptures, you need somebody who has been on the way, because masters gave out what they saw. If we are now going to interpret those scriptures at the level of intellect, we cannot do justice to the work. When you find somebody who has seen the way, the same experience he has in life, he will give you the right import of things, you see. When you say, for instance, say it is a watch. By saying the word watch, I mean this watch only, not a dog or a horse or an elephant or a building. So intellectuals gave different versions of the same thing. If you like to have the right import of the scriptures, you must have somebody who has been on the way. As the gods doing, performing certain rites and rituals, that is for developing love and devotion in you, that is the first step. They are good actions. You have taken the first steps, now take the other step, just to rise above body coach. Learn to die so that you may begin to live. You will say, how can we die? St. Paul said, I die daily. I die daily, he said. And Guru Nanak said, learn 100 times to die daily, he said. Mohammedan saints say the same thing, all others, you see. This is practical something, to be reborn into the beyond, you see. This is the opening of the inner eye to see the light which is already there. So I am here not to advocate any new religion to you. Remain where you are. Be true Christians, what the Christ said. Open the inner eye, see the light of God within you. Who sees the light of God is a true Christian. And if you have not seen the light of God, then we done that school, of course, but we have not yet become the true Christians. Similarly, a sacred one who sees the light of God. You may have the outer forms, that's the first step. To belong, to live in some religion is a blessing, but we must rise above. If we do not live in any religion, there will be corruption. Or either will have to raise new religion. Why don't you stay in the religions which have stood the test of times? If there is anything corruption, just leave aside and follow the true teachings what the Masters gave from time to time. So as I told you, I have not come to advocate new religions. Remain where you are. This is the truth that has been given by all Masters. Just try to meet somebody who knows the way. We want a teacher in each line, you see. Whatever subject you have to take, let him sit at his feet. He's your true friend, your true brother. He can give you, he's competent to give you some experience, and all credit goes to him. No son of man can do it. But the God in him, which is manifest, he is competent to raise you up and give you an experience of his own self. So with these few words, I'm glad I've been here in the Sant Ashram for a day. They wanted me to speak something, what little I know, to the best. I've given you a digest of the same in few words. These words are for your calm consideration. If you've got true anchor, hunger, thirst for God, it is God above who has to make the arrangements. You see, he will bring you in contact somewhere where you can be put on the way. So whenever masters come, they see from the level of the man body or level of the embodied soul, not from the level of the outward badges of different religions that we are carrying. That is why his first work is to unite all children of God together, not to blend their religions into one, to let them remain where they are, simply rise above body consciousness to come to the truth. And he has the competency to raise you up and have the experience within to start with. So thank you for your patience here.